has given us some real thrills. They've had some ups and downs, and that's just the nature of tournament play. Some days you're good, some days you're not, and you know, unfortunately for them, they're going to be remembered for that incredible game that they played against Spain that ended in a narrow defeat. There's Danielle Robinson there has been a key factor. You can see that Vujovic is not going to be playing today. She's not dressed out. So Montenegro also without Jelena Dubjevic. They've been without her for the past several games because of injury. And Momir Milatovic, the coach. And what comes to mind when you think about this Lithuania team that you've been able to watch a lot?
Roller coaster. You know, they've been down in games. They've come back. They've got some personalities. They've got, you know, some real quality. Petronetti doesn't look like she's playing today with the, you know, keeping the bottoms on, and she really did put a body on the line in that last game.
Yeah, Petronetti is the towering center at the end there that you can see, still in her warm-ups.
So, you know, automatically, you know, there's a number of players that aren't going to play, but I think, you know, you're playing the game after your national anthem, so pride will kick in.
So the national anthem now of Montenegro. That was the beautiful national anthem of Montenegro, and now the national anthem of Lithuania. And after the beautiful national anthem of Lithuania, the coaches and players will exchange greetings. Now, the referees for today's game are going to be Kucherova, Ilona Kucherova of the Czech Republic, Semen Ovanov of Russia, and Andrei Sharapov of Belarus. There's Mr. Ovanov on the right, and Ilona is the head ref, and then Andre is over on the left. We're on a first name basis.
So, bit of a throwback, Jeff. We've got two rosters of 10 players. No 12s, ahead of a Legends games where we're going to be seeing some of the greats of the games later on in the afternoon. So a bit of a throwback for 10 on 10.
Are you playing?
No, I'm not. I don't get to the leg end, but not even Legend.
Okay, look, if talking about the game, number 10, Jelena Dubjevic, she's been a huge absentee for this team without question. Yet, Momir Milatovic has put his team into a great position to get to the semifinals and clinch a spot in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. and the game plan almost worked against Spain. The starting five, Jelena Skerovic, who at times is just unbelievable with her passing and the way she runs the floor. Jovanovic, Perovanovic, Pasic, and Robinson. And we both agree that really when they've been able to get Robinson involved, especially with the pick and roll or just get her the ball in the low block, they've been almost unstoppable in offense.
Well, this Lithuanian line is going to have a real issue with Robinson because, you know, without Petonete in the game, it's hard to see who's going to compete with her. And it's going to, you know, in Cisneutet, number 14 is the obvious, the big, but she plays limited minutes because she, you know, gets into a lot of foul trouble. So Robinson here could have a phenomenal impact on the game, and it'll be interesting to see how Coach Trinis makes his decisions really to try and deal with the issue that is Robinson.
And what do you think about the point guard?
Well, Shaite, she's I think in the long term, you know, she could be a real asset to this team. She's quick. She really is like athletic. If she could cut out those turnovers, and you know, there she is, 7.4, 3.2 assists. She averages five turnovers a game too. She cuts out the turnovers. She's a European quality guard.
And sometimes Milica Jovanovic for Montenegro shoots lights out, and she brings a lot to the table. In the last game against Russia, she was just not able to find her A game, and that was really crucial for them. So if she can get on track today, that'll be important for Milatovic.
Well, she made that huge three against Spain that we all thought at that point had actually given them a chance for the upset.
Yeah.
So you know she can really light it up when she's feeding it.
And Matas Cernius, how, you know, when you look back at this tournament for Lithuania, have they taken a step forward?
Well, I think they're taking a step forward, and you know, they're proud of the fact they're one of the few countries without a naturalized player. It's Lithuania. Lithuania believes that they are a basketball country. And what he's got is a group of players that there's a large chunk of those players that are around the 22, 23, 24 years old. They're going to be here for 2, 3, 4 more tournaments. Yeah. So if they add players to that, they could be, I think they could be a factor going forward. Their basketball IQ is so good. You know, they really understand how to play this game.
And you talk about it being a basketball country and the pride of not having the naturalized player. It's, well, you know, it's part of the game. A lot of teams do have the naturalized players. Lithuania is the type of country where when you're born, they put a basketball in your hands. I mean, or in your crib. Yeah,
it's not at all meant to be a criticism of those that have naturalized players, because you know we've just been singing the praises of Angelika Robinson in the way that she has added to this Montenegrin team. And if the Montenegrin team does well, that means that kids in Montenegro are going to want to be part of that team, and she's responsible for that.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Budapest, Hungary. It's the EuroBasket women, and it's the battle for 7th place between Lithuania and Montenegro. And the opening tip will send the ball over to Montenegro, who are wearing the dark uniforms. And Jelena Skerovic is going to inbound it to Jovanovic. So Montenegro have possession first. And Okadzkite is guarding her now inside to Perovanovic, and Perovanovic scores with a reverse layup.
Perovanovic is so fundamentally sound, isn't it? Footwork on that was tremendous, but the lack of intensity with the defense will be a worry if you are Lithuania.
Okadzkite gets it inside to Grigolos Skita and goes back outside.
As with the intensity of that defensive effort rebound-wise. Both teams look a little flat.
Okadzkite, and now the rebound. Well, they've gone big with turnover, goes back to Jovanovic, and Slapova comes down with the ball. I don't think we've really been able to appreciate the scoring of Slapova. Certainly not in Budapest.
Well, she had big games in Győr. She was one of the major reasons they came back from 18 down against Russia. And she was, when she played 2 years ago in France, when they had a difficult time in the comp, she was one of the players that came out of that tournament with a lot of credit. So maybe she's still trying to find a role on this team in a consistent way.
Okadzkite misses the short jump shot. Skarevich is going to hand it over to Perovanovic, and now inside. And as we talked about, it's going to be difficult for Lithuania to contain Robinson.
Well, Robinson could have a career night if she wants to, and if they just smartly give her the ball.
Salapova drives in, hands it off, and Shiksnuda makes the basket. So she's a player that will be around for a while in this program, 24 years of age.
She's 198, Jeff. She's a really big body, and she'll mature. She'll be like the old saying about wine. She'll mature with age. A fine wine.
Pasic hits the corner three and puts Montenegro up by 5. Lithuania. Get it in, and the pass, and once again, Shiksnuda scores the basket, makes the basket.
She did well. The pass was a little bit hard at her, and she, nice soft hands to take the catch and kept it up. Robinson didn't really challenge the shot. Very positive start for Shiksnuda.
And to Perovanovic, and Perovanovic rushed it. Was able to get it back. And now a foul has been called on Lithuania. No, not a foul. It's a shot clock issue. They're going to add 2 seconds.
Clarification on the right. I thought the ball hit the ring.
And that's what the Montenegrins are arguing with the Russian referee that the ball did hit the rim. And
the ball, she, as you said in commentary, she rushed the layup. Unless they say, you know, does the underside of the ring count? I don't know, Jeff. I thought if it hits the ring, it hits the ring.
That's one to look into.
Well, we've got a referee, right? We'll ask her at the right time.
Yes, when the time is appropriate. So, second foul has been called on Pasic for holding that Skita.
And Pasic, you know, you've commented a number of times because you've seen Montenegro. Pasic makes things happen with a defense, and she just goes a little too far. She was really putting pressure on Nasasite and just didn't control herself.
And Skita intercepts the ball from Pasic. So Pasic just kind of fell asleep there. And she's going to come out for Cetic, which is unfortunate because she hit the three-pointer from the corner, obviously.
And the other thing that if players who haven't had extended minutes in this tournament get a chance to play in this game because of injury or because of whatever reason, they're going to come in motivated. It's an opportunity for them to make a statement about, you know, perhaps the coach should have played them more, or, you know, I want to play the next tournament. I want to be in your mind when you sit down and think about, because women's qualifiers start in November with a new calendar. So there's not a lot of time between the end of this competition and the first qualification games for EuroBasket in 2017.
Perovanovic fumbled it, now gets it to Robinson, and once again she goes up. You can see that Shiksnuda has good size, and maybe if she could get in a position, she would cause some problems for Robinson.
She needs to probably spend as much time just working on her athleticism as on a technical play.
A long three-pointer that time from Natsis Skita.
Well, she's been one of the real stars in some ways because of her three-point shooting in this competition. You give her a space, she just knocks it down. Three-point shot is so comfortable for her.
Speaking of knocking it down, Yelena Skarevich gets in on the act. That's her first basket.
Skarevich looks so smooth. When she comes off the pick and roll, she's got so much time for the options.
Lithuania shooting 42% and Montenegro 71% thus far. That's Skaita, another, that's 2 in a row for her. Yeah, she's the best jump shooter in this team, isn't she?
Oh,
certainly from three-point range.
I mean, everyone wants to shoot the ball on this team, but she makes such a good percentage.
Well, Sixnuda goes in and gets the rebound. And Lithuania having trailed on top. And Okudskaite. Okudskaite misses, and Lithuania maintain possession. So not a bad start for her. Sixnuda.
A first chance to get really extended minutes. She's obviously going to come back, and a different role. If you start, you've got to be much more controlled. You've got to be in the flow of the game. If you're coming off a bench, you are going to come in and bang around and maybe pick up fouls. That was very promising.
So Grigaloskita draws the foul from Pervanovic, and gosh, they're going to give her shots on this. So Grigaloskita, another of the young Lithuanians. In fact, she is just 23 years of age.
I mean, this team, a lot of this team came through, the age group teams together. The 23, 24-year-olds, they really do understand each other, and the future is really bright for this Lithuanian women's program.
And it goes, and Robinson is having a field day at this stage.
You just got to play her harder before she catches it, and try and decide where she catches it. At the moment, she's deciding where she catches it.
So even though Pajic has gone to the bench with 3 fouls, Montenegro still have the towering presence of Robinson inside to help them. And the spin move, and nice play from Gudkauskaite. Čedić, Pervanovic. Wow, what a pass. What a pass from Skerovic. She's like a surgeon that just goes to work, probes around, and then just completes the operation.
Just never rushes, does she? Like you'd hope your surgeon wouldn't.
5 assists for Montenegro, 4 for Lithuania. Hopefully you won't need a surgeon. Oh, and that was Robinson crashing into Grigaloskita.
I think that, and I hope that's just one of those contact injuries, because Robinson's limping away.
Watch her come in. Oh, she was just a little slow reacting. Grigaloskita is, I think she's actually a promising player.
I think she came in and gave real big minutes in games against Russia because she's athletic. She's got good size. And I'm going to sound a little bit like just pushing the replay button all the time. She's one of those players that she continues to develop. She's going to be a real contributor. Good athlete.
Did you just say that, or did you hit a replay button?
I just did it. Yeah. We've now got 3 versions of that.
Jovanovic over to Robinson. With Čedić. And she misses. And now Vucetić comes out on Natsaskaite, and Natsaskaite closer to the basket misses. Now Robinson brings it up. Jovanovic. Well, we thought Jovanovic might be a key, but so far she hasn't done much at all. And Pervanovic gets inside and puts it up and in, but foul before the shot.
First personal foul of number 12, Vita Kukti.
Gudkauskaite picks up the foul.
First personal foul of Gabriela Gudkauskaite, number 4.
Gudkauskaite, that is her first foul. She's got 1 basket. Now, guess who's back? Sixnuda. So she's guarding Robinson.
Yeah, it's plays like this, Jeff, that she's got to, develop into, because she got out of position on the shot, and instead of trying to work for position, her arms were flailing, and she pushed Robinson sort of clearly. It's just one of the fouls she doesn't have to pick up.
That was her first foul. Vucevic misses. But the foul, so free throws will come from Montenegro.
First personal foul of number 6, Kamila Nasiskajte.
And Vucevic makes the first. Just one of two. Kukiena hasn't done anything yet. Good Kauskaite there, gets inside to Shuksnida, and Jovanovic came in and blocked it from behind. Now Jovanovic goes baseline. Vucevic puts it up and misses. Kukiena. Now Salapova. Salapova and her pass too far ahead. And again, that gets, I suppose if you're Lithuania, you want to get out and run, play modern basketball, but just a bad pass. Yeah, and maybe it was going to be a difficult one. Even if she catches it, what is she going to do with it?
Yeah, and it's they had numbers as well. It's even more frustrating. All they had to do is be a bit more patient, make two good ones, not one great pass, and then they've been fine.
So Salapova makes up, and that time hits a player who's clearly more comfortable out, and is able to do
beyond
something.
her, space beyond her as well. Threw it ahead so she could just go catch it and lay it up.
So chalk up the assist. And Robinson gets inside again. Off to another big start. At this rate, she'll have 32 points.
She could go for 40 on this game, if Montenegro wanted to.
Good Kauskaite. And follow-up shot is good. So Nasiskaite is off and running.
I like Nasiskaite as a player. She just helps in so many ways. That's a good job on the glass, but nice. Jovanovic goes to the easy.
Yeah, Jovanovic gets her first two. And now the pass from Shuksnida goes out of bounds.
Well, the last three possessions sum up Lithuanians' good, and 4 possessions.
The good, the bad, and the ugly?
Yeah, 2 really bad, sloppy turnovers. A great look down assist, and then hard work on the glass. And they end up like 0 for it. Went up 2, down 2, up 2, down 2, and they could have easily taken care of the ball.
So they don't value their possessions enough. Jovanovic, good! And now you know why she's the key player. She's just given Montenegro the lead.
She gets her points in bunches, doesn't she? Get the layup going, then she's get a bit of confidence, wants the ball.
Good Kauskaite gets in there and puts it up off the glass, and Lithuania go back in front. You look at the score, and it makes you wonder how much defense is being played out there. So this is a high-scoring game. We're still in the first quarter. And Robinson is fouled. So Shuksnida comes out. She's got 2 fouls now, and Grigala Loskita comes in. Some children screamed when she was shooting the free throw. It may put her off a little bit. You see her average.
It was clear in the earlier stages of the tournament they managed her minutes, didn't they? That's the thing. And this is the first time she started since she's been here in Budapest. She's come off the bench in all in the key games.
Well, Jovanovic comes up with another Lithuania turnover and takes it all the way in and misses the layup, but Perovanovic was there for the rebound. And a foul called on good Kauskaite. That's where Jovanovic, though, she can make that shot. Takes it all the way. And she makes the free throw. So now it's a 2-point lead for Montenegro here in the final 15 seconds of the first quarter. That's Skaita. And Perivanovic comes up on her. Now Solapova gets in the lane, puts it up left-handed. And Grigaloskita, she had it. And boy, some shots there that Lithuania would like to think they would make. So they couldn't get it to go down. And Montenegro are leading it by 2 points.
All these highlights are about Montenegro scores. They're only up 2. And we've seen Robinson dominant, Jeff. I mean, she's just, well, everyone knows her quality because of her performances in Spain. But if she stays part of this Montenegrin national team going forward, they're going to be regulars in the last 8, aren't they? Because she just gives them so much consistency and quality on the inside. 9 first quarter points. And her and Johanovic have really come to play. Well, the answer to how much defense is being played is not a lot. I mean, it's pretty much an even game statistically across the ball, a little bit of ups and downs. The only number that's going to worry Lithuania is their turnovers. Well, 4. They got 4, 2 of those in the space of 2 possessions.
Well, maybe as the game goes on and we get closer to the end, we'll see that defensive intensity step up a bit. Although I have to say, I do not like seeing those intentional fouls. I mean, they're not, I'm not saying unsportsmanlike fouls, but fouls, tactical fouls to stop fast breaks.
Yeah. And I think it's something that
she's already well on her way to her tournament average there.
Yeah, it's something that officials have got to look at, because obviously they tried to stop that happening, and then they came up with an adjustment, and coaches do what coaches do, work out, well, if I get someone safe, I can still do the same thing. So just make the change. It's to me, it's basketball action. If it's not a legitimate basketball action, it should be an unsportsmanlike foul. I don't mean it.
Yeah, if you're not really going for the ball and you're clearly fouling to stop the fast break,
it's a tough,
like that, for example.
And it's a tough situation. Solapova like gets hit and does foul, but at this level you're fine because the officials are really experienced and know what's going on. If you put the word, is it a real attempt, you're putting a lot of pressure on the official to decide what they think of the play.
So Vucinic, watch this. Oh, that's should go over to Lithuania, shouldn't it?
Interesting use of the elbow.
I mean, how does that, anyway? Solapova just says, I was the one that got caught with the elbow. Anyway, she picked up the foul.
I'd call Popovic for an offensive foul away from the ball there.
Santa Okudskita is back in the game. Now, pass into Skaidete,
who doesn't play a lot. She's got the interesting number, though.
She does, 92. How is that possible? And Solapova had it knocked out of her hands by Vucinic.
I'd hate to think that they were given numbers in order of preference for the final 4 to 15, and she got 92. Maybe there's some significance. Maybe we've missed the story of 92.
She's born in 92.
What is she? She could have been born in 92. Yep. 23. She's another 23-year-old on this team.
Well, number 92 has it, and she passes to Grigaloskita, and Grigaloskita puts it up and in. Vucinic gets it back to Popovic. And Popovic, the veteran, knocks it in. So Popovic, that is her first basket of the game. And saw the nice follow through from her. Well, there you go. We thought she would be important, and so it is proving. Santa Okudskita.
You know, again, if she just takes away some of those crazy pass decisions, she could be a real asset because she's so athletic. You wouldn't want to guard her. She can just blow past you.
And Grigoloskita went up and collided with Popovic and up ahead to Jovanovic, and Jovanovic unselfishly gives it to Aleksic.
Number 9, Stefan Aleksic.
And Jovanovic comes up with the steal, is going to take it in and put it up, and this is 2 layups that she's missed. She could have had a 3-point play there. Just doesn't quite concentrate. I know some coaches, for example, in layup drills will make you run wind sprints the next day in practice for every layup that you miss. I know Dean Smith used to do that in his Carolina days. Did you do that when you were coaching your teams?
We have a very similar thing. You know, if you don't get so many in a certain period of time, you have to run equivalently. But at the end of the day, it's one way or another. People got to realize that is a standard make a layup situation. It's not like tough. No one's going to block you. The unfortunate thing for Lithuania, they picked up another soft foul. And Kutien's hardly played any minutes at all and has already got 2 fouls. And without Pechanidis, she is one of the more experienced players on this Lithuanian team.
Grigoloskita gets it out to Salapova. Now Okudskita misses with the air ball. And Aleksic. And again, Okudskita reaches in and commits the tactical foul.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do anything. I don't think let's put it this way. If you go to see a basketball game, is that a play that you want to watch?
No, you want to see, you want
to see him going up and down the court.
Absolutely, and it's exciting play time. You know, people at speed looking to attack the basket.
Jovanovic for 3, it's on target! Now I'm feeling much better about having chosen her as the key player.
You should take all the credit for that.
Because she's got a game high and a team high 10 points. Skaite has 10 points for Lithuania. Because you wanted to go with Robinson, didn't you?
Yeah, that's 10 and 9, so I'm only 1 down. It's almost a given about Robinson, though. So the other thing about Montenegro, it's important someone else comes to play, isn't it?
Absolutely. Szyksnuda gets in there and misses. The potential is there. Just needs some work. Szyksnuda. Vucinic over to Jovanovic, and she misses that one. Now Salapova. And fouled by Jovanovic.
So even that type of foul, quite legitimate in the sense that she tried to steal it. But you know, people will pay money to watch exciting basketball, and if people are running up down the floor in the break, someone's trying to get back, someone makes the move, and even in the secondary where the ball keeps moving, we got so excited in this competition about Serbia who don't pull it out, Spain who don't pull it out. They want to keep pushing. That's going to help the women's game if they can find a way to control that situation.
Well, Skaite misses that one. Aleksic comes over to Skarovic for 3. Good! And now Montenegro are at 38. That's much more attractive.
Yeah, plays like that. Plays like that.
All smiles. Timeout on the floor. Well, I'm not expecting too much D in this game. I mean, it's a 7th place game, so that should create some more free-flowing offense.
Lithuania staying true to type, though, aren't they? And they'll get down because they've missed a few shots. They're going to come down, make 2 or 3 three-pointers. They're straight back in it. So good timeout to try and break the flow that Montenegro had because they were scoring very quickly in transition. So hopefully from a Lithuanian perspective, they stopped that.
So Lithuania bring it back up now, trailing by 10. This thing has really gotten out of hand for them, hasn't it?
Well, you know, Ivanovic with the threes and the points in transition. And don't forget, she missed 2 layups in the middle of that as well. It could have been a lot worse.
Well, Skaita falls down, but gets it to Grigaloskita. 5 on the shot clock. And Skaite is going to put it up, and the left-hander misses. But Skaita gets it, puts it up and in. And what a break for Lithuania to get the offensive rebound and putback.
Well, Skaite keeps this alive, Jeff. The big, you know, does a really nice job just getting her hands in. And in a legal way, she comes over the back. There you see Popovic lose his position because she didn't box out. Now, they just always find a way to come back. It's that they'll take the shot, which stretches the defense and gives them a chance to rebound on a miss.
Skaita makes the free throw. And that's back to a 7. And if there's one thing about Lithuania that we know, is that they can put a lot of points on the board very quickly. So this 10-point lead can erode in a matter of a minute or so if Montenegro aren't careful. So that's a miss by Vucetić, and now it's up to Skaite. That's Skaita. Gets some space and hands it off to Šiksnuda, and Šiksnuda misses, but Grigaloskita follows and puts it out of bounds. And it's all there for Šiksnuda if she just keeps working hard, and I'm sure that, you know, you'll see some development. Sometimes the bigger players takes more time.
Well, it does take more time, and the other thing, she's got a great role model ahead of her in Petronide, and just look at the way she continues to develop, fundamentally really sound. So Šiksnuda, still only 24. Time is still on her side.
Now foul called against Lithuania. Skaite comes out. And now we're going to have Inessa Viscaudaite coming into the game, number 16. She looks pretty quick out there. Popovic, and Popovic misses. Grigaloskite comes up with the rebound. Grigaloskite misses, and Šiksnuda fouls while going up for the rebound. She has to come out of the game now with her 3rd foul.
See, it's that situation. If we do get a replay, it's not the hand she's going for the ball. It's the other hand. She puts the other hand on Robinson, and it's just going to have to, that's the second of her 3 fouls. 2 of those 3 fouls have been around putting that free hand on the player. You know, just got to get them both up there or just keep them loose.
So Robinson joins Jovanovic on 10 points. And Popovic follows up the miss, and that's a bad one to give away for Lithuania.
Kuchieni's just not picked up the pace this game every time she's come in.
Grigaloskita misses. An easy reverse. So Viscaudaite guarding Skerovic, but they're able to, Montenegro, feed Robinson. Now she's got 12 points.
It's the same thing for Alex. Again, she's trying to take the pick and roll. She's just got to play defense. She doesn't have to try and reach for the basketball. Puts her team in a penalty with that foul.
Well, out it goes to Kuktinia, and Kuktinia buries the 3-pointer. Gets it back to single digits, the deficit. So Kuktiana in for Shiksnuda. And buries a three-pointer. Well, Skarevich still able to make the pass, and Robinson ends up getting the pass from Popovic. And right now, you might say she's on course for 40 points. She's become like the focal point of the attack. And Alexic takes it away. Now Skarevich on the break. Oh, beautiful pass back to Robinson, and suddenly Robinson has 16 points.
Well, it's a beautiful pass, but
that was just class.
Yeah, and Robinson just came onto the pass. There was no pace in it, just beautiful timing, as opposed to that pass.
Yeah, good Skaita just throws it away, and suddenly Montenegro with a chance to have their lead balloon to 15 or 16 points. Skarevich, and she was short. And she has Skaita way up. And that's not good.
No. There's nothing else to say. Yeah, that's a wide open layup by one of the leading scorers in this competition.
She's getting the stare from Manta Serenis right now. Good Skaita goes in, and again they get another layup, and this time she makes it. Jovanovic, her pass knocked away by Skaita. Now Viskal Skaita has it. Viskal rather. And she puts it up, and that was long. Grigaloskita gets the rebound. Kuktiana off the front of the rim. Grigaloskita and Popovic with the rebound. Skarevich quickly across midcourt. And Jovanovic is fouled out on the perimeter.
Jovanovic is tough. She handles the ball really well. She's got quite an explosive first step. And it was the first step that caused the contact, because Skaite just couldn't adjust her feet.
Well, I thought Serenis might say something to Skaite about the missed layup, but I guess he knows that she knows.
Yeah, it's one
she's
of those.
Got to do better.
I know, he knows, we all know.
And he did not get on them the other day after they lost their classification round game, knowing what good was it going to do.
And I think he knows it's a work in progress, and I think he knows that whatever happens, this team's going to get a relatively high seeding, so should have a good opportunity through the group through the group draw to get a group where they can qualify for the 2017. So, you know, he knows it's only a few months away as well. It's always a work in progress. So even though she missed the wide open layup to the shock of us all, Skaite with the 13 points leads the Lithuanian scoring wise, and that's why, you know, at the end of the day, there's a little bit of foul trouble building for Lithuania. She has 3. It's just about having to keep people in the game at the key moments. Robinson just keeps rolling on. 16 points personal. And I mean, obviously, it's not, you know, she's not a surprise player, but it's, you know, seeing a player at EuroBasket Women just adds to the quality of this competition. If she's around for a while, Montenegro, even though they've got some, it entirely meant the right way. They've got some experienced heads out there. They've also got some experienced legs, so they're going to have to find some new blood into the team. But Robinson will give them such a lift as they go forward over the next 2 or 3 championships. And she's in it. You know, she's always talking to the coaching staff. She's always trying to make herself and her team better. So, you know, she looks like she's in this for the long haul.
Well, offensive foul turns it right back over to Montenegro. And
that's not what you want after a timeout.
No? Is that a concentration issue?
I think it's, even though it's at this stage of the tournament, it's the same call that's being made. I think it's just poor execution.
Jovanovic for three, and she's got, oh no, that was a 2, so she's got 14 points. Yeah, she had her foot just on the line, you could see. And Lithuania just kind of falling apart here at the end of the first half. Jovanovic hands it off unselfishly to Robinson, helping her go to 18 points. Look at that. Great fast break. And now Lithuania will hold it for one shot. They're down by 17.
Well, that's another turnover.
And Jovanovic has time. She's going to launch one. Here it is. And it was short. So at the end of a thrilling first half, it's Montenegro on top 53-36 against Lithuania.
Well, there's that confirmation, 53-36. The stat that you're going to see when we get to the statistics will be the turnovers that Lithuania won't want to see. They've also gone 3 from 11 from the three-point line, and one of their major offensive weapons is being nullified at the moment. 15 assists for Montenegro, one of those numbers that coaches love. But 12 Lithuanian turnovers against 5 for Montenegro. Game starts and stops with that number. So at the half of the classification game, Montenegro have the 53-36 lead, and there's the leading scorers and rebounders. And Robinson already on her way to just another phenomenal performance. 18 and 6 at the half. Jovanovic has 14. Jovanovic has 6. And Nesheskайте has 13, but foul trouble becoming an issue for Lithuania. So we'll take a break. We'll see you in around 10 minutes to see which team will end up in 8th place at EuroBasket Women 2015.
Number 6, Camilla. That is Angelica.
Well, the players today and the players of the future watching Lithuania and Montenegro. And right now it's all Montenegro. They're up 53-36 at halftime of the 7th place game. So they've got the inside track now, or certainly the advantage. Never write off Lithuania. We saw them come back against Russia. They were down 18 points and came back to win that game. So now they'll have to pull off a pretty big comeback to beat Montenegro. You see the turnovers and the assists for each team. So that tells the story in and of itself. Lithuania, perhaps not surprisingly, a little bit careless with the ball.
Always careless with the ball. And the other team that came back from 18 down just happened to be playing for the gold medal. So they get a win against Serbia earlier in this competition. And we're literally down 18 after 30. Serbia hit them for 32 in a quarter. So, you know, they're going to carry on regardless. We play this way, that's what we do. They just got to take care of the ball. You'd love to coach them if they took care of the ball.
Well, it's the EuroBasket women battle for 7th place. Montenegro in the red and moving to the left, Skerovic, and that's a Skaita. Chases it down after the steal, and good start for Lithuania. Skaita misses, however, the layup.
And to tell you how much it matters to Robinson, she's the player who gets back to get the second shot. You know, just in it. She really is in it for this national team.
So Perovanovic gets inside and travels.
Well, without getting boring, you'd almost, if you don't get a layup, you don't get anything break, just get Robinson a touch of the ball and see what happens.
Slapova gets inside. And it goes to Shiksnuda, and hey, that was a nice little move from the big left-hander.
Robinson looked around and said, well, I've been helping everybody else in that play. No one think to help me because no one rotated to help her.
Now Robinson and Ogudskita. Kodskita. Sometimes the Lithuanian name's a little tricky. And she puts the ball on the deck and passes to Grigoloskita, and fouls committed by Montenegro.
Nice cut by Grigoloskita as the penetration happened, got ahead of the defense. And it's, look, just gets caught watching the ball.
So it's a 53-38 lead for Montenegro. That's a Skaita. Brings it back and goes baseline and puts it up. And that would have been pretty if that had gone, but Robinson chases it down. Now Jovanovic passes back to Aleksic. And Perovanovic receives the pass from Robinson.
Well, you always talk about get a pass you'd like to get, make a pass you'd like to receive yourself. And Robinson just away from the defense just gave Perovanovic just two on a plate. Beautiful high-low pass.
Oh, nice behind the back pass. And traveling the call. So another turnover. That's turnover number 13 for Lithuania.
Well, when they sit down and analyze this competition, they'll get a lot of positives out of it, but their ball retention has really got to improve if they're going to make the step to a quarterfinal team.
Jovanovic maybe had that ball hit by Salapova.
I think she did. Little piece.
See if they give her a block. Yes, they did. So good defensive play from Salapova, playing a lot of minutes today.
Pass.
Nice play from Lithuania, and now they've got it back to 15 points, the deficit. Oh, another turnover. And Perovanovic with the tactical foul.
I hope we get to see the play before the turnover, because when Robinson sets a pick, she sets a pick. I mean, it's just literally great execution, dead still, nice roll, and then just a poor pass coming out of the pick and roll action.
It's a good opportunity for Snuda to play against a quality center and see what she can do. Grigaloskita puts up a 3, and Natsuskaita gets the rebound and can't get it to fall. Second time she puts up a reverse layup that just is a little bit too high, and now Robinson comes in and adds to her tally. Well, about over the head pass, back pass, and now she gets it back. And Grigaloskita called for coming over the back.
It's one of those, must be a frustration, but you're turning the ball over a lot. And the last 3 possessions, we've had a behind the back, over their head, all different types of passes. Fun to watch, yes, but sort of a recipe for Lithuania to just add to their turnover numbers.
And Jovanovic's pass goes out of bounds. Salapova got her hand on it, and it stays with Montenegro. So a little help from the Russian referee there.
Yeah, he had the angle to see it. Most important thing again, get the right call.
Here's Jovanovic, and again has it taken away by Salapova. So Salapova getting it done defensively now. That's a Skaita, and Skite misses. So the layup's just not falling right now for Lithuania.
That's about their 4th missed layup in a relatively short space of time.
And the pass up ahead now to Alexic, and Alexic misses, and Okutskita hustles down to get the rebound. Skarovic, she was chasing. Now Robinson reaches in and comes up with a steal, gets it to Alexic. So turnover number 15. Okutskita gets it inside and draws the foul on Alexic. You see the assistant there, Jurgita Straimakite for Lithuania.
Is she playing in the next game?
She should.
She should.
She's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Lithuania. Snuda comes out and is replaced by Kuktiena. If she's not, maybe we should ask her.
Jurgita is her first name?
Yes, Jurgita.
She is.
Nice.
There's a certain, on the list, I don't know if he's going to play, but there's a certain Arvydas Sabonis down to play.
This is the Legends game, which will be played after this one that we're talking about.
Those of us who'd never think we'd have the pleasure of seeing Arvydas Sabonis on the floor again, hopefully he'll put an appearance.
And that's obviously, that game's being held in cooperation with the Natasha Kovacevic Foundation. Now inside, and now...
Mark that one, Robinson miss. Is that a first miss?
Probably was, and Salapova off target. Kirovich being guarded by Gudkauskaite. Now Perovanovic spins, gets inside, and puts it up and in, but traveling is the call.
It was slow. The move was very slow, but they're not going to show. I don't think they're going to show us it again.
So traveling was the call on Perovanovic. Kuktiana gets it over to Natsaskaita. And back to Kuktiana, right on target. Once again, back to a 15-point deficit. And you can see how Lithuania can very easily get back into this.
Yep.
If Montenegro take their foot off the pedal, which they have a little. Now the dump down low to Robinson, and she goes up and in.
That's one way to get your foot back on the accelerator. Just throw it inside. Wasn't even the best option in the world because the defense really could have crammed and taken away the space, but Robinson's just having a great game.
And there she is getting the rebound off of Kuktiana's miss. Gudkauskaite falls down, and the foul by Salapova was committed. And she's hearing from her coach to move your feet on defense and don't reach. Watch this.
Well, wasn't exactly the best ball fake you've ever seen. She just took it. Not really sold, but definitely bought.
Yeah, not even sure if it was up for sale.
No.
She jumped anyway. Pajic is coming back into the game. So Pajic is coming back into the game with 3 fouls, and Salapova drops her mouthpiece and comes out of the game.
I mean, on a serious note about Salapova, she has so many offensive weapons that she can hurt you with. If she could, you know, she just got to be athletic. At that spot, she's got to be able to guard people. And she could be a major factor on this team for a long time, but can't be that liability defensively.
Gudkauskaite is fouled by Robinson.
Second personal foul of Angelica Robinson with number 15.
Well, when you consider the teams that they beat, certainly Lithuania, you know, the style of game that they play suits them. And they can play that style while at the same time taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. They make needless turnovers.
And that will come, and they're also athletic defensively. They can make things happen with their defense.
That's Skaite hits it. And a three-pointer, 64-49. And Montenegro has seen enough. Coach Momir Milatovic is going to call a timeout. Wants to stop the potential run in its tracks. 22 points for Robinson, just as you expected. And Mantas Sernius is now telling his players, if we play well like we want to and look after the ball, we'll be right back in it.
Well, the last 2 possessions are them, aren't they? They scored, they get the trap, the press, the trap, get the steal. Don't even think about like trying to get to the hoop, set themselves up, knock a 3 down. I'm surprised they're not coming out here full court after the timeout just to see if they can get something else quick. Still got a foul to give as well.
Well, look at the rebounding. Lithuania's actually out rebounding Montenegro. And Jovanovic Pajic right at the line and can't get it to go. And the jump ball. So the possession arrow goes back over to Lithuania. And Natsaskaite is taking some type of finger to the eye. She looks okay now. Gutskauskaite brings it up the floor. Kuktiena. And Kuktiena hits another three-pointer.
Well, the deja vu for any Lithuanian fans. They won't do anything for your health going forward because you'll be depressed after the way they start, and then you'll be frantic when they start to come back in the games. But the quick threes, that's back-to-back threes, and they're on a roll.
Alexis drives in, though, and puts up a tough shot. The left hand. And it goes, Kuktiena passes it back outside to Skadete, and Skadete misses. Natsaskaite rebounds it. And Pajic picks up number 4, reaching in. And this is just an element of her game that she needs to eliminate, just like Alexis needs to get rid of the hand checking. She does not look like a happy camper.
It's very frustrating for her because she's playing pretty well, and she's in the she's in the game. She's doing a nice job. Now, and her time has been limited by silly fouls. Again, on the sideline, going nowhere, go for a reach. The chances of stealing the ball are actually minimal.
Well, Natsaskaite has missed the first and made the second, so she's got 17 points. And now Perovanovic brings it up, gives it back to Skerovic. So it's a 13-point game, and somehow Robinson got that back and went up for a layup.
She almost went up before she caught it, didn't she? And she's got 24 points now.
Yeah, she's got 24 points. She's had about 3 games in a row now with those kind of numbers. And Natsaskaite drifts in there and hits the jump shot. When she's on, she looks fantastic. She's got 19 points.
If you had and with the style they play, she's got space to attack. If she gets that sort of control, she's a real asset.
Well, nice shot from Alexic.
Who's having a great game herself, isn't she? You know, she has actually, been very controlled.
So the foul has been called. I'll tell you what, we've talked about this before, but really overall in this tournament, there's been great parity. And, that's evident, especially when you consider the teams that Lithuania beat. We've already talked about them beating Russia, Serbia. And when you look at Montenegro, the way they were able to bounce back from some pretty poor performances and also the loss of Dubjevic to push Spain to the limit. So from that standpoint, this EuroBasket women has been fantastic. We've been able to come to the games and, have some real thrillers, haven't we?
Well, and some people may say, oh, that's because there's no, great teams by them. I would disagree. I think the overall standard's been incredibly high across this tournament. And in the 2 finalists we've got, they'll bear comparison with any recent finalists.
Popovic gets it, and Skerovic gets it over just in time to Jovanovic, and Montenegro will take some of the steam out of the possession, take it back out, and then they turn it over. Offensive foul. So Robinson picks up the foul. 3 fouls on her.
And there's no point with the Rise Smart, etc. It's the same call referees have made from the first day of this competition, and they're exactly right. Got to clean that part of the game up. You're supposed to stand still on the screens, so stand still.
And there again, another needless turnover
Absolutely.
by Lithuania. Gutskauskaite. So instead of having a shot to get to 11 or 12, they could end up trailing by 16 or 17. Skerovic, 5 seconds, showing off her dribbling skills. Now Robinson, and she gets it off just in time, but misses. Now Robinson looks at the referee and laughs, says, "You didn't call the foul." So 70-56, Montenegro on top with 10 minutes remaining.
We were always worried about these games in some ways because, you know, it's a long tournament, etc. Our team's going to come out. They've come out with some energy down the offensive end, and statistically, you know, they've been putting some numbers up. Lithuania with a rebound battle going their way, but also 16 turnovers. Montenegro closing the gap on that one, unfortunately for them, which has given Lithuania an opportunity to close the lead. And at the moment, they just haven't been able to string enough stops together. Game's still there, though. They can score points in a hurry, Lithuania. Montenegro can't take their foot off the gas.
Yes, Lithuania are lurking. Despite not having Petronita, who's got the lower back problem. And really, there's just no need for her to risk it to play today in the battle for 7th. Wonderful, end up seeing Natsaskaita get to the 30-point plateau. She's got 19 already. And I think with Robinson, it's getting to 40 is going to be a little difficult, but certainly she'll have another 30-plus game. I'd be surprised if she didn't.
Well, it's just one of those things. It's how many points Montenegro wanted to score, because if they leave her out there, she'll keep accumulating.
She's already got a double-double. Yeah. Look at the shooting. 5 3-pointers for Lithuania, 4 for Montenegro, but they've only taken 8 shots. So they've been functioning much better offensively.
Well, the first 5 or 6, 7, 8 players for both those teams, for Montenegro, are very, very, very effective.
So 70-56, and we're really getting excited about the Legends game after this. It's a day of basketball. And Alexic pops a 2, almost a 3. She must have had the foot on the line. She's a player. These Montenegrins, gosh, she must have just been on the line just by half a centimeter or even a millimeter. Good Kauskaita, spins, gets in the lane, puts up a wild shot, gets it back, but turns it over. She's turnover afflicted.
Right, she's
and for a point guard, that's not good.
Yeah, the back court is almost a double-digit turnovers average for the competition. That's the 2 guards that combined.
Oh, nice play, but Popovic is going to have to go to the line. Good Kauskaita picks up the foul.
For personal foul of Gabriela Gudkauskaitė at number 4.
She makes the first. You know, the point that you do bring up is relevant about the naturalized player when you consider Montenegro and Robinson. And they're allowed to do it, but they can have 1 naturalized player. You look at Lindsay Harding, and nice pass inside. Shiksnuda goes up, so it gets it back to 15. Over to Jovanovic, and it goes off of her hands. You know, look at the difference that Lindsay Harding made to Belarus by going, you know, and playing point guard for them. But you know what? Lithuania are basically, in a way, they're sending a message out to their youngsters and saying, if you're good enough, you know, if you're a point guard, you'll have a chance to play.
Yep, yep.
I mean, you know, maybe there is a message out there to Belarus and even Russia, you know, with Epiphany Prince.
Yeah.
I mean, the majority of them do have naturalized players.
Yeah.
Spain has them. I'm not sure if France has one. Yakubu is the naturalized player from Benin. Okay.
But there is that debate, well, why do they need one? They've got great programs, great players. Why does Russia need a naturalized player?
Yeah, I mean, they had Rakta Melina that played on the 2016. Foul on Robinson out on the perimeter. And then the following year, in 2007, trying to think, I have to look back and see who it was that came in, but they ended up bringing Becky Hammond into the program, who was clearly a great player.
And if you look at it in one way, this is a great opportunity for Daniel Robinson, You know, she gets that European passport, makes her an asset, etc. But as I say, the positive side is if Montenegro get more coverage, if Montenegro's basketball federation can use the fact they're in the latter stages of a competition, then that's got to be good for Montenegro basketball. That's if they manage it in the right way. And it's, but if you look at, in some ways it can be restrictive. You look at, as we see another offensive foul on a ball screen. You know, some countries who have had a great guard as a naturalized player, then you look at their age group teams, they've got very good guards on their age group teams, but they don't get the chance to progress into the senior ranks, and it's a different game as a senior. I think the Serbian experiment, if that's what it is very interesting, because Danielle Page is just one of the players. She gives them something they don't have, but she's not, you know, she's not their be-all and end-all player.
Well, Alexic drives in and puts it up and in. What a great shot.
Tough move.
Just on the naturalized issue back in 2006, so they had Rakhmatlin of Russia, and then also the following year they won the European title without one. Now, Ogudskite, well, nice drive inside, and the foul for Ogudskite. Foul on Popovic. She's fearless, isn't she?
They didn't have one in 2-11 on the European title, did they?
No, I don't think so. They had Delina Kina, or Kirilova, as she's called now.
And that's the last time they've won the title. This time they're not in that situation. So, and one of the legends playing in the game after this, you know, Korsten was one of the major parts of that program, and there was lots of really, really amazingly talented players, and they didn't need. And did they have a naturalized player when they won the World Championships in 2000? I don't think so.
It's interesting, you know, what it is that qualifies you. You know, if you've played in the league for a long time.
That's the other issue, though, Jeff. It varies from country to country how quickly you can naturalize.
Yeah.
So it's not really a level playing field.
Well, Perivanovic puts it up, left hand misses, and Grigolo Skita gets a hand on it and gets it out of bounds.
Interesting if I don't think we'll see Daniel Robinson again, will we, unless it gets a little interesting.
Yeah, so I guess the 40 points plateau is out of the question now. And the drive and the foul.
And without going on it for much more time than this, when you take Robinson out of this lineup, Montenegro are a good national team, but they're not a great national team. Put Robinson into the lineup, they're a great national team, not because she's in there, but because she enables other people to do the things they have to do. Like it makes the point guard job, Skarevic's job, so much easier. And so it helps the team. That they're dependent upon her in one way, but she enables other players to actually do a more effective job for the team.
She's 28 years of age, so she has every chance of making it back for next year and the year after that, the year after that.
Well, you'd hope they'd have signed some sort of an agreement that means she's committed.
Used to have Anna DeForge playing in that role when they came up through 2011. Skarevich buries it. And interesting player with an interesting career, Skarevich. Of course, she played, oh, nice shot. She played for the former Yugoslavia, Jelena Skarevich, before the breakup of Yugoslavia. And that was a long one. And she played at the 2002 World Championship for women. So that's a long,
that's a long time to be at the top of the game, which is what she is.
Yeah, she's 34 years of age. Another jump shot. Kukiana. She's really been shooting it well today. 10 points. 14-point deficit. Oh, well, she skipped there. Alexic. And Popovic. That's been their modus operandi today. Pass to the player right in the middle of the lane and letting her roll. Look at that.
Well, at times they will switch the pick, and if there's no help underneath. just have to execute the pass. They've done that well all game. They haven't rushed the pass. They haven't needed to. Well, if Lithuania are going to get the famed comeback going, it's got to start right now, because it's a 17-point game with 5.5 to go. With the way they score threes at times, they still got the opportunity, but it's got to start happening right now.
And Perovic with the block.
That helps, puts him in the team fouls. With the fourth one.
Pervanovic, excuse me. Rakovic is going to come into the game.
Personal foul of Verovanovic is number 12, and substitution by Montenegro on the court. Number 4, Kristina Rakovic.
Rakovic, a youngster.
It's a very small lineup in the game for Montenegro.
Rakovic just 20 years of age. Scarovic, some dazzling dribbling skills display for us. Scarovic has to put it up in a rush. Still had a few seconds. Get it blocked now. The pass, and that's a Skaite. So she's got 24 points. Scarovic for 3. And Kukiana Popovic came from behind, so Momir Milatovic looks on. And his coach, his assistant coach, is up doing the talking right now. The barking of the orders. Igor Delic, excuse me.
And they can't get the energy going. They can't get the threes to drop, which is their way back into the game. And with every possession, the sort of energy drains out of their potential to come back.
Skaite gets it inside. That's a, yep. Well, Skaite puts it up, and that was short. And Scarovic now gets the rebound, under 4 minutes to go. So these two teams playing the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the EuroBasket Women 2015 for their programs. Ball goes out of bounds and back over to Lithuania.
Substitution by Lithuania on the court from 14, Iga.
Popovic is a veteran in that program. She's been around. Popovic is
one of the older
33.
teams, yeah, one of the older teams in the competition, aren't they, as they hit another deep shot.
Yep, that gets it closer. 81-68. Well, that's her first basket of the game. Piscadete. Popovic. And she just lost it. And the reach and the foul from Popovic. And plays like that will help Lithuania get back, stop the clock. So Montenegro want to talk about closing this thing out and getting out of here with a win. So 13 points is the lead.
Timeout for Montenegro. So please welcome the Gdynia cheerleaders.
So Montenegro are going to discuss the way forward. I wonder how long Scarovic will play. I mean, she's up in years now, really, 34 years of age.
Yep.
Who will be the guards, the emerging guards for this team?
Well, their age group teams haven't, really set the world alight in terms of depth. But you don't need depth senior-wise. You just need, you need over the whole program. You just need to add on this team. There's no one that jumps out at you and saying, well, I'm going to, fulfill her role. I'm going to step into it. It's like crazy. There's only 300,000 Montenegrins, which is smaller than some London boroughs. So in terms of their pool of numbers, it's going to be a tough ask. But it's so ingrained into their culture in terms of being a basketball country that they've continued to develop players.
So that's Skaite at the line, goes to 25 points. That's back to a 12-point game.
Well, Jeff, 11 points in 3 minutes is not a big ask for Lithuania.
No, 26. And now some full-court pressure. And Vucetić gets up and makes the pass, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Well, they must be relatively comfortable. They haven't gone back to Daniel Page, so...
Daniel Robinson.
What did I say?
Page plays
for Croatia.
No, a tale of two pages. Sorry, a tale of two Daniels. Daniel Page of Serbia and Daniel Page of Montenegro.
And it's her middle name.
Ah, yes.
So it's a long tournament.
Pajic is,
they haven't gone back to Robinson. There you go. We're okay on that one.
Yes. Grigolo-Skite.
You'd love to see Lithuania here, not from a perspective of wanting them to beat Montenegro, but just get a stop, get a run. And there's a few people in the gym already, so get some excitement out here.
Rakovic puts up a three, no good. And Fiskaldaite chases it down and throws it off of Popovic.
Well, you come down the floor, you get a 3, 8-point game. All of a sudden, with 2:47 to go, the crowd that's showing up, which is not a bad crowd for the first game of the day, with the Legends game coming up after, could get into this for the last 2 minutes, and maybe they are getting worried as Robinson waits to come back.
They certainly are. That's the Skaite. Gets it to Grigolo-Skite. Oh, she cuffed it. Now Skaite. Grigolo-Skite. Oh, she drills it. That was a 2. And now it's back to single digits. And as long as there's no stoppage in play, Robinson can't come back in. But that's another look at it.
That was close. That was the toe is just about on the line. I'm not really sure myself.
Skerovic drives in. Vucetić and misses badly, but the weak side rebound grabbed by Popovic. Rakovic drives in and draws the foul. Is that Shiksnuda or Grigolo-Skite?
It's Grigolo-Skite, I think. Yep. Well, Robinson returns to close out the game is the hope. Just about close. They're just about close enough with just about enough time to come down if they get a quick score and get a stop. Well, that makes it a 4 possession game. So just the one free throw changes the complexion.
So Rakovic takes it up to 83-72. And Fiskaldaite throws it up kind of wildly.
Well, it's never ever over until it's over, but that miss
did not help their chances.
No, plus the made free throws really make life difficult.
And now it comes the other way. And Rakovic, she's come out and made a difference. That's a Skaita. Well, she's going to finish with a nice line. She's got 28 points. Ball blocked. Now Skaite gets it to Grigolo-Skite, and she travels. Again, it's getting the ball to the big center and maybe not the best position.
Well, the last 2 plays went pick and roll, and Cisnute was thrown almost behind her, and they looked to her as though she could have called it, and that was a bad guard decision. That was also a bad guard decision.
And Rakovic just spins in and scores unmolested. Long one from Viscaudaite and drills the three. So gets it back to 87-77. The final 15 seconds. Will Montenegro try another shot? Probably. Maybe not.
I think they're walking this one off. Oh, no, maybe not.
They're just going to get to Rakovic. Rakovic makes it and takes it to an 89-77 lead. And that's how it's going to finish. So Montenegro finished 7th and Lithuania 8th at the EuroBasket Women. So we didn't see Bialica in the game. Didn't see Debjevic, obviously. Didn't see Vujovic, but Montenegro were able to go out and do enough, especially in the first half, with Robinson to get on top and win convincingly against Lithuania.
Well, stats-wise, it's been a pretty decent day at the office in terms of offensive output for both groups. Both teams will have different outcomes from this competition. Lithuania, as we've been saying throughout the game, have really got some valuable experience into some players who really could be a big factor for them as they go through the next 2 to 3 EuroBasket cycles. Montenegro have got a number of players coming to the end of their careers, so it's always good when you see great players go out at the end. Robinson with a double-double. I'm sure she'll be around for Montenegro for the next few EuroBasket cycles. And Jovanovic had a nice game, as you predicted, with the 17 points, and she was really one of the factors. And Alexic and Pasic were really good in the way they contributed. It was a nice game for the 7th-8th game, up and down, people showing some skills. And both teams should walk away from this with a lot of positives, looking forward to the qualifications that start in November.
So they've been together for a long time this summer, preparing, getting ready, and it's all come to an end here for Montenegro and Lithuania. And there, Danielle Robinson, you can see that she did all of her damage in the lane, as you might have expected. She's been that effective in Budapest by getting it down low, and she pretty much dominated.
She had a great game, didn't she? Didn't do anything didn't do anything crazy, just was very, very solid, did what she had to do around the ring. And I don't think we've seen the last of Skaite as a top player in international basketball years to come. She's had a massive tournament, shoots the 3-ball as well as anybody here, and plays with the sort of tempo I love to see, and it's really shaping the game the way I think that women's basketball needs to go. Up tempo, play the game, look to be aggressive, look to show what you can do.
So thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, Montenegro win at 89-77 over Lithuania to finish 7th place, and to condemn Lithuania to an 8th place finish at the EuroBasket Women.